Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is Friday the 13th. What a better night to be working on the feet of the elephant, right? So with me tonight, I have my special guest and cohort, Tucker Nace.
Woo!
Tucker's in the house. I've also got the backside of Shady Susan, Sewing Sensations, as she hangs her elephant trunk. That doesn't sound well, but that's where we're at. And I've also got Mona Did What. I'm going to quick hello into the chat of those that are here. And if anybody comes in after, we'll try to catch them. Delia Short is my moderator in the chat, and she'll be telling everybody and welcoming them as she sees them. So with all of that being said, let's get this party rolling. Courtney was going to be on with us tonight. She's behind traffic, and she will not be on with us tonight. She's behind an accident and traveling home, so she will not be on. Let me see. Dahlia, hello. Donna and Joe, looking forward to seeing the next section of the elephant come together. Amen. Hello, everyone. Waiting for all of this to come on. Teresa McBrayer. She's a doll baby. This woman mails me the most amazing packages, and I can't wait to show. Joe with his 1 minute blast off. Susan, hello all. Kathleen Champ, hello Donna, Joe, and friends. It's going to be an FPP fabulous time. Absolutely. Kathleen's doing her job and welcoming every Delia is. Sandra K's in the house. Hello, all FPP sewers. If for those that don't know, Sandra K is also sewing along on this project on her own over on another channel. I got her a pattern and she's working it up, and I can't wait. I'm with anticipation to see how fabulous this turns out. Kathleen Champ, hey, day. Everybody's just going down through. Julie Quilt, howdy, howdy, everybody. Julie is also sewing on the back end and not on with us tonight. I'm just trying to follow. My YouTube isn't working correctly. Be right back. That's okay. Take your time. Nellie, hello, sweetheart. If you have any questions as we're moving this project along tonight, please feel free to ask them in the chat. Delia or Joe will catch those and bring it to my attention. Iris Sail Lady, good evening. Looks like a fun group tonight. Absolute. It's always fun to have a blast. Beverly Davis, sweetheart, if you have any trouble tonight, please say something in the chat, and if I need be, I'll send you the link and bring you on and help you out, sweetheart. Around to it, hello, Shirley. Shelly Clark, hello. Kathleen, hey, Tucker, Mona, and Susan. Party in Elleville, nice. Lucy, hello. I'm not sewing on another channel on my own with a friend. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was over at with Kathy's channel.
Kathy Quilts.
Yeah, Kathy's Quilts and Crafts. Let me see. Sorry if there was confusion. Linda Denton, hello. Sarah S., good evening. And Lucy Simpson, Nellie. Okay, the chat's caught up. So with all that being said, Tucker, do you want to show where you're at in yours? And then we'll go round robin before we all get in and start sewing.
Okay, do you want me to talk about the background pieces of the feet, or should we wait a little bit?
I would go ahead and show your trunk.
Okay.
Well, I'll do the trunk show. Hey, the trunk show on a Friday night. I'm just too much tonight.
Okay, so right here is my trunk. The upper half is missing because I'm waiting on one piece of fabric to show up, but this is the main part of the trunk. So, and remember everyone, tonight we're working on the feet, which is sections. Hang on. What sections? It's pieces 85 through 97. That's what we're working on tonight. Susan?
The way that we broke it down, for those that don't know, is that's going to be the bottom here that you'll see. You'll see toenails coming to life. And Tucker and I sat down based on when he's going to be available to sew along. So we broke it down into segments in weeks. So if you've missed any of those videos, this is the section that we're on tonight, this long piece right here. and it's intricate piecing. So if anybody has questions or has issues, please reach out in the chat. Teresa Louise is now in the house, and she can also highlight and make sure it's brought to our attention as well. So go ahead, Susan, let us see yours.
My trunk.
Yeah, we want to see the trunk.
That's what you said, right? You want to
Yes,
see?
baby, we want to see the trunk. Now,
It's the trunk,
Susan has
sir.
not done FPP before,
This is
and I'm telling you what, she has knocked it out of the park with this. She's done a fabulous job. It came together. She's got some sayings on a couple pieces, and it's just really coming together, and we're all so very proud of her.
I had a little issue down here, but thanks to Tucker, he helped me fix it earlier.
Mona, how's yours coming, sweetheart?
My trunk's done.
That is beautiful. Now,
I had a little trouble down here on one of them, so I kind of fudged it and just added something to make it go across to the pattern. And a lot of seam ripping.
and that's okay. We all have a date with jacket times. So let me see if see the debt-free quilter. Hello, Janine is here. I'm just trying to. Jane Billings is here. Yo, Patty G is in the house, and we're doing good, sweetheart. Vicky, if I've missed anybody, we are greatly sorry. It's not with intent. Susan is the amazing lady that just takes right off with everything she does. Absolute. Why aren't you doing it in numerical order? Just curious. The reason that we're doing it is we're breaking it up. How do you eat an elephant but one bite at a time? We're breaking it up. We did 1 through 17, the trunk. And if we jumped over to here, I'm doing it backwards because I can't see. If we jumped over to here, then we would be doing the ears. Tucker and I chose to do it in this order because he'll be with me every other week. He'll be with me the 1 week and away on business the next. So this is our way of working the harder pieces that we've numbered out in case someone has issues. I got him in the house so that he'll be able to step right in. We've got our cameras that we're going to be able to shoot them and show you the parts wherever there's a hiccup or a hang up. This is a fun pattern to do. And if any, like I said, the trunk I feel was the warm up per se, getting you into the groove of putting it all together. Warning, I'm tired and loopy and getting more sarcastic by the minute. I promise I'll try not to be funny. I'll try to make it funny. Heather, I love you. So Janet, I hope that makes sense for who's ever listening. Sean, the guy who sews, is in the house. And before I get this party rolling, I would like to say Shady Susan, Sewing Sensations now, has also got a YouTube channel up and running. So if you have not subscribed to her, please step over, give her a shot, give it a try, see if you like the content that she is putting out. And if you do like it, please subscribe. Mona Did What also has a channel, and same goes for her. If you like the content, subscribe. If not, no harm, no foul. Hit the thumbs up. Everybody has different content. You're going to learn different from everybody in every channel that you do go to. Teamwork makes the dream work happen, and I believe together we grow. And that's just what Joe and I said from the very beginning. So we are, how many subscribers, Joe?
Oh, I don't know. Let me look here a second. Hang on.
He's going to check something for me. We're teetering on a giveaway tonight.
90,
Allison.
5969.
40.
Yeah, 30, no, less than 40.
31.
31, exactly. There's a
Okay, we
smart
need
lady there.
31 subscribers to hit the 6,000 mark tonight. So if you're watching and you have not subscribed and you would like us to do this giveaway, it's going to be a goodie. We always do good. Please consider, no pressure, giving us a go and see what happens.
It'll have to be a pick a number giveaway.
It's going to be a pick a number or to be really, really random, but we'll get that up and running.
I'm not using Streamlabs tonight.
So share the channel, share the fun, and we'll see if we can make it happen by the end of the evening. So everybody's at different parts of the feet, but I'd like Tucker to show the part that is going to attach next, Tucker, for the week that you're going to be away, and then go ahead and show where you're at on the feet, if you would.
So you want me to show the next week's legs?
Yeah, if you could, that'll give them the head up on where we're going to be.
Yep. Okay. So,
And talk them through it if you would.
all right. So this is next week's section. This is section 73 through 84. And remember, your patterns are reversed. Your patterns on your pattern book and here are shown looking at the printed side of your, and then my iron starts beeping, looking at the printed side of your paper, but when you sew it, it's flipped. So this is this side on here, and it'll fit right in here. But this is one of the easier sections to do. And the reason that me and Donna planned for me to skip this week is because section 4, 38 through 52 has a Y seam in it. That is the section that has the tail in it. And like I just said, that does have a Y seam in it. So we wanted to make sure that I was available to give a accurate demonstration on how to put together that Y seam. But for the section that we are working on today, 85 through 97, we have these two pieces right here. And these are both background pieces. And you can see that the way that Violet wrote the pattern, she wants you to put a seam in this piece. But what I have done to save a little bit of time is I have just used one piece of fabric. So what I've done is cut one piece of fabric, made sure that it's big enough that it sticks over at least 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and make sure that I have enough to trim it up. And all I did, oh, I did have it right. All I did was put my machine on the largest stitch that it could do and went inside of my piece 1/4 of an inch and just stabilize that in place to hold this in place. So especially when we square it up, you know, our piece is still stabilized. And then when we go to sew everything together, that fabric is still held together with the paper, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
And that you can do that for piece 85 and 97. Those are the only two pieces in this section that this will work on.
All right, so Terry has a question tonight. She wants to know how many times we had to copy the pattern in order to get it. I only had to copy it once. I'm not sure about anybody else, and then I copied for friends. A question from So Terry, how many times did you have to copy the pattern to get the project done? I'm still deciding. It was only one copy.
Yeah, when you get your pattern, all of the downloads are available, all of the pages are available, and you just go to like your local Staples and get it printed on 11.5 or 11 by 17 paper. And they, you know, you just upload the file that you download, or if you have the paper pattern that you got in the mail, if that's how you purchased, you can take that in there and they'll copy it for you on that 11, I don't know why I want to say 11.5, 11 by 17 paper. So there's only one copy for each page for the whole pattern, if that makes sense.
You had to enlarge it from the original. No, ma'am. There is no enlarging at all. Yeah. I didn't have to enlarge at all. You just have to make sure that there's a little block that when you're copying it, it comes out to that size, or you can do as Courtney has, and you just trace it onto your freezer paper. If that makes sense. I hope that answers your question, sweetheart. Some people took them to Office Max and copied them right in front and then the back. Yeah, it's relatively an easy process. The guy who sews legal sides, I believe, yes. You basted outside the seam allowance or on it?
I basted, hang on, let me put this under here so I don't lose where I'm at. Let me get really close here. As you can see here, the solid black line, well, let me start out here. The dotted line is where you're going to trim for your 1/4 inch. This line is here, in here is where your seam is going to go. And this line here is my basting. So I basted on the inside of this solid black line. The reason I did that is because once we put our stitches through this black line and we trim our 1/4 inch, you need to fold back this paper and take it out. And if I would have put the stitches there, I wouldn't have been able to pull the paper out. That's why I did that. So you want to make sure you go inside the solid black line. Oh.
No, it's not. Sorry, it's legal.
Ruler.
Oh, no, it says on there that it's, oh, no, that's not it.
The templates 17 paper on dark enough setting to retain all details. Use the fabric selection guide at the right to determine your sizes. So this pattern must be traced or copied at 100%. That means exactly as it comes to you. And that'll be your 11 by 17. I hope that helps, sweetheart. I bet you could all use a glue stick instead of basting stitches. It's just relaxing to sit and do this. Believe it or not, this is relaxing. And as you're doing it, try to trim as you're cutting off all your stitches. Even though it's on the front, you don't want all these stitches loose hanging in the back of your quilt when you're getting it ready to go. So Terry, you're welcome, sweetheart. And it's just kind of like, you just fold and turn and fold and turn. And you work your way through the color palette. And when you're lining these up, Joe, can you switch my camera for a second, please? I'm going to have Joe move my camera for a second. Everybody's been asking how we're lining all of this up. So if you haven't done your FPP before, I want to make sure that I'm showing you. You've got your line right here, and that's at your 1/4 inch on this side where we had folded it back. You're going to put your fabric belly down, and you're going to line it right up on that line. And some people pin. I choose not to. I just slide my fingers under and give it a pinch. That way, this section, and then I hold it until I get it under the needle, and then just drop it. And then when you bring it back, you snip your threads. And then all I'm going to do is fold this back and give it a little bit of a press, so I'm sure that seam is tight. I want it flat before I do any trimming. And then I'm just going to lift this up and fold it back here for the next color. And that's all you're going to do is fold and sew all the way around. But you're going to fold on this line right here, and we've pre-folded all the fabric. And then you're going to put your out of 1/4 ruler on it and trim this off. Slide it out of the way, and then you're going to go to your next color. So my next color for this piece right here, because you're following the alphabet. So you're going to work your way around, and I've got my grizzly here. So I did A, B, C, and D. So now we're going to do G, and I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to look for my G, and that G is grizzly, and that's this next color that I need. So you're going to try to find yourself the right size piece that you need, and you're going to put it belly down, and you're going to flip it just the same as you have the others. And slide it right under, and you're just going to sew that line. And then you're just going to make sure, as I said before, you're trimming all these extra threads, because as you pull this paper off, you do not want all those threads in your quilt. And a toenail is almost finished. So I'm going to fold this back and trim it here. And all you do is make sure that when you're starting this, you pre-fold all of your lines, and it's going to make it come together quite nice. And you just move through the process. My next color for here would be curry. Now I've got my A, B, C, and D. My curry is my background. So I'm going to grab my background fabric and lay it here. So I'm going to flip it back over, and I could be using my light, but I don't need to right here because this is just a little piece. So as long as I've got my finger here where that seam ended and this one's going to start, you lay it over and you just flip and roll. And you just bring it straight down, and you make sure your line's straight. And you work your way around. Brenda Foley wants to know, what have you been up to on your channel, Mona?
Nothing this week. I've been too busy doing this elephant.
Well, we kind of, yeah, it takes a little bit of time. The elephant's not a quick project, but it's a fun one, and you're going to love the outcome.
Donna, what piece are you working on?
I am on 93. Which piece are you on?
Well, I was looking to see what piece you was on so I could work on it too.
Okay, I'll be done this piece in a second, and we can do another one together. How's that? This one's got 2 colors yet, and I'm done. Just go ahead and pick a piece. Why don't you do 91?
I need to find me a.
And then fold it back. And this is my background. And you see a lot of extra here, and all that will be trimmed off. And just peel back. And if you're doing FPP and you're really good at it, you won't have a lot of waste. But I recommend the way that I was taught. You will have waste, and cut a little bit bigger.
Somebody wants Tucker to show the Y stream again.
Tucker, can you show the Y seam where it's going to be?
Okay, yeah. Right here, this is piece 89. This is one of the toes. Yeah. Let me switch back. The Y seam, let's see. The Y seam is going to be on section 4, which is pieces 38 to 52. And I might be able to show it better on this camera because it gets closer. Let me switch. Okay. Right here is going to be the Y seam. So the Y seam is going to be like right where the tail. Hang on, let me cut the light off.
We can see it good, Tucker.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to work my own machine, and that's sad.
Okay.
Oh, maybe if I would hit the light. There we go. So the Y intersection, I'm going to highlight it. It's going to be right here in this area where I just circled. Right there. So we have a piece that's coming from the upper right. We have a piece that's coming from the upper left, and then we have to go straight down. So it's creating the Y right here, right here. So we have to marry all of those pieces together right there in that intersection.
Thank you, Tucker.
Yep.
Katie, hello, sweetheart. Welcome to the chat tonight. And then all you do is come down and trim off on this dotted line is where you're trimming all of this in. And you'll trim it all the way around. And lay it flat, and you'll just continue the process until you get all the way around. And that's your finished section. So what you're seeing here is the toenail. It's crazy little bugger.
Needs trimmed.
Yeah, he's got a little bit going on there. Which is why I found that way funnier than I could have. Heather, you're killing me, babe. You're killing me. Someone's, let me see. Brenda Foley. That hurt my brain, Y seams. Y seams aren't really that bad. You just have to really focus as you're doing it.
All's a Y seam, all's a Y seam is basically stopping with your needle down, readjusting your fabric, pivoting, and just continue going.
And it comes together easy.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll walk you through that 2 weeks from now. But it'll be fine. And especially having the papers in your fabric. Remember, you're not pulling out your paper. Especially having the papers in your fabric, it'll make it a breeze. Because normally when you do a Y seam, you're working with bias borders or, a bias edge. But with this paper in, everything's stabilized.
All right, Susan, which number do you want, babe?
Whichever. I just pressed my fabrics using one of my new fabrics I just got today. They're gonna be my ivory.
That's gonna look pretty. Let's do the, do you have 96? That's a big enough piece.
Sure.
Okay. So take the time, right? As we're getting ready to do this, you're gonna wanna fold all of these lines.
Oh, I need to cut off the selvage.
It's okay. Take your time, sweetheart. So right here, you're all the way around, you're gonna want to take your paper. And it doesn't matter, you don't have to go in ABC order, you're just gonna make all of your folds, and that's gonna be like a landing zone for you as you're going around this pattern. And make sure you're using something really flat, and it really helps to get this in. And just turn and press. Julie Quilts. I am starting with 86 because I put 85 aside waiting for the live, and now I can't find it. God bless that child. Is everyone making the elephant gray?
I am.
I think everybody in this group, I think Sandra, I think she was doing some forms of shades of purple, but you have to ask her, and Courtney was going to be scrappy. So I'm kind of excited to see how they all come together, but same pattern with so many different looks.
Doing great to match my hair. It's turning gray, so
No.
the fan.
Yeah, I'm making 2 different colors for the background, and one's directional, so I gotta be careful.
think we all folded. Oh, got one more line.
Did you get them folded, babe?
Yep.
All right.
Did.
Did you do yours? Is this one on freezer paper?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See how I put the pin in mine? You're going to take the bone fabric. That's going to be your toenail. Make sure that you have enough to come around the outside perimeter. Hold it up to the light because the white's really hard to see, to make sure that you have your toenail covered. You need about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. That's good.
I got plenty.
You got plenty.
I learned the hard way. You
So
want
now you're gonna put a pin in it, dead center of that 90, where the 6 is. Put it straight through there. And you're gonna want to leave yourself some leadway here for the B when you fold it back. Like you're gonna fold the B back, but you don't want to take away right there.
okay.
So where you have the extra fabric, you're gonna fold that B. And you're gonna do your add 1/4 and you're gonna trim off the extra fabric right there before we ever get started. So just fold it in.
Little piece. Okay. I can sew it.
No, not yet. Did you trim that off?
From what off?
That you need to watch what I'm doing, baby. You've got your 96.
Yeah.
You've got 96B.
Mhm.
You're gonna fold on the B line. Fold on the B line. And all that fabric that's hanging over, you're gonna put your ruler down and you're gonna trim that off. Put that fabric, just push it out of your way. Then you're going to pick your fabric. You're going to pick this up. And now your new piece, you're going to add on to the back. That's your curry. No, that's your mushroom. You're going to line that up on that line. And then now you flip it over and now you sew it. You're going to finger press that back. I'm not throwing stuff on the floor, peeps. I have a trash can under my desk. Okay, you got it, Susan?
Yep.
All right. You've got A in now and you've got B. Now you're going to take C line and you're going to fold it in. You're going to get your ruler and you're going to trim off the 1/4 of an inch right here. And you're going to work your way all the way around that toenail. It's just fold and sew in the same color all the way around as your mushroom.
Mhm.
And you just lay it in, lay it down and sew it in. Make sure you dropped your stitch length too, because in case you sewed other projects today.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'm going to bed before I start confusing me with food names for colors. Good night, Heather. So now I feel confident I can take that pin out now and I'm going to fold back the D and continue to trim here. Mona, how's it going, sweetie?
Good. I don't know what piece I'm on, but
Teresa Louise, I'm so confused, but it's okay because I'm not making this yet. It's okay, sweetheart. I'll walk you through every step. It's really simple. It's just basically you start with the alphabet, you start with A, and that one's facing out. Everything else is belly together. Easiest way to explain it as you work your way around the pattern. You make sure that your piece is big enough that it's going to cover this. When you lay it down, you can even slide it under, but you're going to line this line up here on this fabric right here. And just make sure it's on that line. That's going to be your sew line. So you want it right.
Mhm.
No,
And then you just flip it over and drop your needle and just sew on the line.
don't remove your papers.
And don't remove your papers. Someone I know learned a lesson.
Yep, someone
And then
else.
all you're going to do is finger press it down. And then I come over here. I just want it to be nice. God love you, Susan. So now I've got D in, and I'm going to flip back and I'm going to put the F in. But before we do that, we'd still do the same flip and cuts. So now my next color is still going to be the curry. So I want to make sure I've got enough to cover. And I'll just snip it off. So when I drop this in here, it's going to lay on this line the same. And slide it in as well. So
That ruler you had me buy really helped.
it's a game changer, I think.
Yes.
The added quarter ruler is amazing. And then now we do this one here. And all you're doing is just fold and sew.
Oh, I can take my pen out.
Yeah, you can take your pin out, sweetheart.
See, I know that Tiffany too, because she's working on the Skulliver, which is another paper piecing pattern. I know every so often if she has a piece like that's little or big, she just takes a couple basting stitches in it, or puts a pin, or if she has glue handy, she just dabs a little bit on there. So
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways to hold that paper in, but the gist of it is you need something to hold that paper or that first piece, or it's going to slip around and you're going to end up ripping. Which one?
And we've got another toenail. I think it's going to come together really nice. So I've got all around the toenail. Where are you at, Susan?
My buddy are working on my thing. But the edge of my fabric wasn't quite up to the,
Okay.
so my buddy come out to help me.
Got a date with Jack.
Yeah, me too.
It's okay. It happens. There is no shame in a date with Jack.
Hard on this one, let me tell you.
Just make sure, ladies, if you tear your paper, you use paper tape, and that'll help you. Paper tape will be your friend. And then you just now start to build out the next. So are the toenails being colored. You can do the pattern however you want. I'm not coloring mine, but I will be using some form of colored thread, I think, in it to give it a little bit of a
Something.
variation per se. I'm gonna make, some people are colored them just like as if you put nail polish on, and I think that's cool. And as you move to the next section, it's going to be a bigger section. So you're going to lay it down. It doesn't make sense, but you're going to lay it down, belly down, and hold it.
Yeah, I just did D. Where are you at?
I am starting on H. I'm a good friend. I just left you in the wings.
I know. Just let me.
I'm still here, babe. I told you, teach me to cook. And between you and Dahlia, Joe eat for a year.
see.
And I'll teach you how to do FPP.
E. 2 more to go.
The hard part about this is you do have to know your alphabet. That's a requirement.
That's the hardest part? No,
It is, because when you're working, you lose track of what you're doing. And like this looks like a big section's going to be lost. It's not going to be lost because I will use this in other smaller pieces along the way. So now I've got this big section here. Let me move my whites. I might be able to, let me see if this one will fit. No, that's not big enough. So I'll use this big hunk
Go down.
and just line it up here. You want to make sure that it's big enough to cover your free space. And you give it a pinch and you bring it right under. Your workspace will get a little cluttered as you're doing it. You're going to have paper everywhere. Have a vacuum handy and a trash can handy. Do what? Okay, paper tape. It's you can buy it in any pharmacy. You can also use your seam guide tape. That's paper tape. As you pick out that area of your pattern, it's going to leave those little holes. I use washi tape on mine. And it's the easiest way to do them. Joe, you want to take the camera back up, babe? Yeah, that way Tucker can show his for a little bit.
What am I doing?
You're going to do a camera show.
Oh, is it my turn to show now?
It's your turn. Show and tell. Show and
Okay.
tell.
We switch back to the GoPro. All right, so in this section, and there's some other sections, but this section, especially around the toenails here, we have these really, really small pieces right here. And I'm just going to measure them, and they're about 1/4 of an inch finished. So right here, these are a great place to use those tiny little scraps that you've been cutting, but you still want to make sure, obviously, that you have enough to square up. So you don't want to come with a 1/2 inch piece. You want to come with a good inch piece. So there is some teeny tiny pieces, but there's far and few of them. And it just helps to add that little extra detail when it all comes together.
So Terry, at Janine, in numbers, is this math class OLU?
What's OLU?
LOL. Janine, probably need to know your numbers in order as well. That's on the next one, my love. The next one. Take your shoes off and come to the party. It's, believe it or not, as you're working it, if you don't keep the ABCs in your head, you can put them together and miss your alphabet, thinking that you've already got like C, and here you get the D and E, and it's like, oh crap, moment, you got to go back and have a date with Jack because you put them in wrong. And those lines make a difference.
Isn't that nice when you think you made a boo-boo and you didn't, but you ripped it out anyway? Make sure it's so good.
It's all good, baby. I don't know anybody that's ever FPP'd that has not made a mistake.
I was ready to burn it the other day.
I've heard
On
that a lot
7, I
this
think.
week.
I just kept making the same mistake after the same mistake and kept seam ripping. I had no paper left.
Oh,
I
God
said,
love ya.
that's it. But I walked away and then came back and it was fine.
Yeah, number 7 seems to be where everybody was having their problems. I'm used to medical.
Little
How's
G.
it going, Susan?
Good.
Where are you at, babe?
On F, find a piece of fabric.
You can do it.
Oh, I gotta go cut me out. Oh, here it is.
I'm kind of worried about you. You seemed frazzled.
Who, me? I'm fine.
No, Mona.
Oh.
So Terry's worried about you. She says you seem frazzled. I don't think she is.
No, I'm good today. The other day I was frazzled.
It's a lot when you're just learning. And the easiest way to do it is give us a call. We'll help you, or step away from it for a day or so and come back.
Yeah, I just had to cut bigger pieces. That
Right.
was my problem.
Right. A lot of people try to cut smaller to save the fabric, but that's why I told you to order everybody. Go 1/4 of a yard more than what the pattern calls for. Because there is some waste with FPP, but the end result is well worth that waste. And what you're cutting off, you can even do scrappy border, you can do scrappy binding. There's putting your scrap in, cut it down.
Yep.
Yep. So where you at, Tuck?
I am in Pennsylvania.
Okay, let's say you're a smarty.
Right.
I
I'm
want
currently
that DTA.
right. I'm sort of bouncing all around. I organized my pieces with this way. I knew that all of the pieces had the toenails in them, which was the bone color. And I knew they all had the background. So I sorted my pieces depending on this color. So this here, we use the fabric that correlates with these little flowers. And then here on this other section, we use the fabric that correlates with this. I don't even know what this is, the bigger flower. So I sorted my pieces out that way so I could cut like, how big did I cut these strips?
I don't know. How big did you cut them? Smarty.
I have no clue. So I just cut like 2 5-inch strips out of each of those colors so that I could just wax them off and get that whole section done all at once and put those colors away without getting colors confused. Especially if you're using the colors that are actually represented in the quilt, the exact Kona or what's the other one? Michael Miller fabrics.
Yeah.
Some of them are so similar in color, you can get them mixed up so easy. So I just get one section done and then put the colors away.
And it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Delia has a question. Should you back tack when you're FPPing? No.
I am.
See, I only did it around the toenails.
I did.
Because, huh?
I backstitched.
See, I think it's good to back tack. Number one, because it just helps hold everything in place. And especially with FPP, since you're doing a lot more moving around of the fabric, with folding and things like that, I find that the seams come apart a little bit easier, but to me, it really is up to the person doing it, I think.
I
Yep.
back.
I typically sew past the line, then pull paper back from the stitch.
Oh, there we go. There's the other reason. And I find that when I'm, if there's a seam like this, where I've sewn B over onto F, I've sewn C onto F, D, and E, there's a lot of thread coming on here,
Yep.
F. So when I flip this over, I need to pull those stitches through that paper, pull the stitches through the paper. And sometimes those stitches can come undone, I find, if they're not back tagged.
That can happen. And what about quilting it? Do you find it doesn't come apart?
Yeah, especially when you're quilting it, it normally doesn't come apart, and there's no extra bulk with back tacking, once or twice. But when you're back tacking 3 or 4 times, then you're going to have some bulk, but it only makes your quilt stronger.
And pulling that paper off, it does make it a risk if you're not careful. When you are pulling it off, you have to do it real careful and real slow. If not a fast process, as much as you want to just, I'm almost done, I can rip it apart. Very happy I can program my machine to lock stitches at the beginning. Yep.
Who does?
Yeah, my Bernina can do that too.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
just don't have it turned on.
It's just a matter of what your preference is, I think.
That little tiny G.
It's a booger, isn't it?
Got it though.
I knew you could do it.
It's a big piece down here. H and I.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice, he says.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Mona, do you want to show some of your pieces, sweetheart?
Sure.
No one.
Where did I put them?
It's a show and tell kind of night.
All right. This is 85, 86,
I think that looks good.
and this is 87, but I have to trim it up. Yes.
It's okay. There is a lot, and the easiest way to do it is just trim, trim, trim.
Yep.
I'd rather have the overage. That way I don't have to go back in. I've seen where you're short a wee little dab on the corner, but it will show through the quilt. And seeing where you can fold it back and add that little piece, but you're going to want to cut a little bit more fabric off if that's the route you choose to go. You don't want to sew like a little snippet one. I wouldn't recommend it, but I've seen it done.
I did it on one piece
Yeah, I've
only because I seam ripped it so many times I wasn't going to do it again.
yep.
And
You get
then
to that
one
point,
piece-
you're done.
Came out way bigger than all the rest of them, so I think I copied it wrong.
Oh,
So
it's
I just
fine.
lined it up with everything and trimmed it.
It makes
So-
sense.
Hopefully I didn't trim the wrong thing.
You'll know when you put it together, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be all right.
There. Okay.
Susan, how's it going, babe?
Get ready to put. Since I got leaved in the dust.
I'm still here waiting on you. I'm waiting on you, waiting on you.
Where did it go?
left you in the dust. See how you roll?
89.
Goodness, oh no, that was something else.
Do what, babe?
Piece of fabric.
Here's that. There's that. Where did that pin go? Oh.
Teresa Louise is getting tired. Sweetheart, you don't have to stay tonight. It's going to be a late night, babe. But thank you for joining.
Bye, Teresa.
I don't want you to ever be wore out. Good night, sweetheart. If
Teresa,
you're liking the content, thank you, Day.
Maria,
Me too, Teresa Louise. Brenda, get some rest, ladies, and I appreciate you hopping on tonight.
All right.
It's always more fun when you sew with friends. It's 11 here, Teresa Louise, and you have 3 hours left. I don't want you tired, girl. I'd rather you stay, but I'm not going to twist your arm, buddy.
How many pieces do you have left, Donna?
2.
You have 2 left to sew yet?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're on the same amount then.
2 dozen.
Right.
I'm
I
not,
know.
I didn't start yesterday, you know?
Uh-huh. I didn't either. I started this afternoon.
I know, baby. I'm just playing.
I know. Everyone, that's how you know me and Donna have been spending some time together. She tries to pull my leg and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but before you used to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah, for maybe 2 seconds. And I have to stop and think, did I do that?
No,
I
you
tell
didn't. No,
Uh-huh.
that's why you loved me.
And you love every minute of it.
Absolute. I wouldn't trade you for nothing. I'm
That's
going
right.
to crochet for a while. I can't wait to see all your projects, honey. So Terry, good night, sweetie. If you're enjoying the channel, Streamlabs, trying to make sure as I look up, I don't want to miss anything. And if we have, please put it back in again. Do what, sweetheart? Okay, thank you. Let me get this folded. Busy little bees here. It got real quiet. I think I ate too much. Yeah, for those that don't know, Teresa is a good cook too, and she made tacos.
Oh, yum.
I believe that's what she told us it was going to be.
tacos.
I love taco salads.
Me too. Anything taco, anything Mexican food.
Oh,
I don't look like it, but my mom is Mexican.
really? That's cool. So before I go into another block, I've got all these little chunks. So I'm going to try to clean up my area just a smidge. So I got a better area to sew in. So if you clean up as you go, it comes in quite handy.
What I try to do, throw the bigger pieces or the smaller pieces in the trash.
Yeah, I've got a scrap bin. That way I'll go through them later.
Right.
Are you women? Are you 4 away? You are 4 away from 6K. No way.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I shared your channel. Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
You shared it?
Who was that?
She says I'm 4 away. She just looked.
172.
Thank you, Teresa Louise. I made hamburger gravy. I haven't had that in so long. I think Donna is now only 3 away. I appreciate you guys. This is awesome.
I never heard about it with mashed taters. I haven't.
Oh my gosh. You talk, gravy is talking my love language. My hips don't like it, but my tummy sure does.
I don't have it too often.
Why not?
For the fried taters.
You'd
Or
hear
some-
that saying, here she comes, 2x4, 2x4, because she can't fit through the door, you know?
Uh-huh. That's not you, Donna.
Oh my gosh, if I ate gravy every day, oh yeah.
Done.
This girl loves her gravy. My mom would fry potatoes and onions and oh my gosh, make the best hamburger gravy and I'd smother it. It was like heaven in a bite.
See, now something that I could eat every day, which I probably shouldn't, and Donna knows why,
Yeah.
is homemade chicken and dumplings.
Oh,
Mm,
that's my favorite.
Oh my God. If I need something to eat and if there's chicken in the freezer, that's what I'm making is homemade chicken and dumplings.
is it not yummy? I'm telling you, you can't go wrong.
It's
It's
been
so good. Food is great.
Food is my friend. Where do you run to when you have a problem? The refrigerator. As skinny as he is, you wouldn't think he likes to eat, but he's one heck of a good cook.
Uh-huh.
Now, who taught you to cook, Tucker?
It was a joint collab from I can't even say a full sentence with that in it.
Mom?
It was a joint collab from my great grandma, my grandma, and my mom.
That's pretty stinking cool.
Yeah, they're all really good cooks. But yeah. So yeah. I can fend for myself.
Well, they set you up for success, babe.
That's right.
You got to be self-sufficient in life.
That's right. I won't go hungry.
No. Either will I. I know how to get shopping.
Uh-huh.
She has DoorDash on the.
I got it on speed dial.
dial. Trying to think.
John will call me up and say, can you make some chicken
Joe-
rice?
Joe goes, yeah, we know where the good restaurants are.
I got it
Uh,
done.
I am so proud of you. Look how good that looks.
Yes.
Susan, you're going to be great at this. This is going to be your next career.
Only took me an hour, but I got it done.
It doesn't matter if it was 5 minutes. You did fabulous.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is not a speed sew project.
No, I did
This-
put 3 seam rips, but I got it.
And that's okay, love.
It's practice.
Yep, yep.
Oh, here's another toenail.
You found like, whoops, I found a toenail.
Here's another toenail. Here's another one. Oh, all these are toenails, right?
I think
Oh,
so.
are they?
I think they are,
Yeah, I think they are.
except for the background pieces. I think they all are toenails.
The heart is a toenail. Where is the toenail? They all got toenails in them. I want to do this one.
The big one,
Oh, the little tiny one.
you're gonna challenge yourself.
Sure, why not?
Delia says, looking good, Susan.
Thank you, thank you.
Everyone who's working on this section, we're all pretending like we work in a nail salon, working on this elephant's feet.
How long did it take you to get the feet together? Oh, I don't know. A bit of time.
Oh no, there were a couple calluses on there.
That's why you had to go rubby rubby.
That's right.
What is that grinder that they use? Oh my Lord.
Oh my gosh.
What do they use that for?
Them people can grind your skin off. I'm telling you.
No. Oh, and then they come out with this cheese grater. I'm like, you're not using it on me.
What?
My feet are not that hard.
You are kidding me, right?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Oh, good Lord.
You're
No
not
way.
A
me.
real cheese grinder.
Yeah.
I don't know if I.
Well, some of those people come in there, they got some pretty bad off feet, but I'm not one of them. No, but I don't have calloused up feet. I take care of my feet.
You're cracking. You're killing me, girl. I'm telling you. I can't imagine coming at you with a cheese grater. I'm just like, what? I bet you did say what?
Using that on me.
I can't breathe.
And they charge you extra to use it. That's like paying someone to inflict pain. I'm not into that.
No, me either.
Can you imagine? They might feel smooth when you leave there, but can you imagine how sore them babies would be?
I know. Well, some people pretty much need that kind of work on their feet, you know? Some people, their feet are pretty bad off.
Oh my.
Now, this little piece here is barely even the quarter inch. The piece on there. Look at
Right.
that OB there.
Yep.
Four.
It's a little smidgen. That's why you don't throw your scraps away.
All righty. Well, I win, Donna.
Oh, of course. I have one more piece to go. That's why you're winning.
And I already squared it. Okay.
Well, go ahead and start showing them how to put it together, babe.
Okay, well, I gotta
Clean up your mess from your
I gotta
speed
learn how to count. Hang on.
What do you
90,
mean? Oh,
93. Okay.
that's where numbers are hard tonight.
Numbers are hard. All
I
right.
thought I was kidding when I said you have to know your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
Mhm. Hang on, let me get a piece that I won't look like a fool if I jack it up.
Oh, so you're being choosy.
Oh, see, wait a minute. I would have jacked it up because I did the wrong side. Okay. Hang on. Okay, let me look at the pattern.
Show them where to find that if they're looking.
Okay. Hang on now. How in the world? All right. What on how to put it together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me switch. Do I need to switch? No. Actually, I will because then you can
Switch
see.
it.
Because everybody puts them together different, but the reasoning and why.
Yeah. All right. So, when you have all of your pieces for each section, page, oh, it don't have a page. The middle page of instructions. This has the layout on it. I'm not going to put it too close because I don't want to give information away. But this has the page of how all of your pieces are going to fit together and the layout that you're going to do. So let me zoom in here to this. upper section. So this, for this layout is going to be on the upper right-hand corner of that page. And what you're going to do is lay your fabrics out like this, and you're going to lay them with the papers facing you. If you flip them with the fabric facing you, everything's going to be reversed and it's going to get confusing. So make sure when you're laying it out, make sure you lay the paper side with the numbers on it facing up. Okay, now I got to get these lined up here. So I can put them together.
I have no idea. Tucker, Brenda Foley's asking a question. So Donna, did you put your fabrics in a Ziploc bag for this project? Thinking putting a copy of pattern design that Tucker was showing us, if that makes sense. I have no idea what she's trying to tell me. Tell me what she's saying, baby.
I think what she's saying is like these little thingies right here, blowing this image up like this color here, the key.
Yeah, the key.
Blowing these pictures up and then sticking them in the Ziploc bags so that you can look at what fabric you need and then look at your bags and match the two keys instead of reading the names and always looking at the pattern, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, now I get it.
Yep. Okay, now.
Okay. Donna, I put all of mine in separate bags. I mark all of mine with like graphite. I go around my pattern because to me, it's showing me how to be more familiar. I'm going to know what I'm doing if I want to make a color change or whatever.
Okay.
So this is one of those examples where we all do it differently. I do write on my pattern pieces and I have my color key next to me as well as my color page if I'm going to change something. So it's just enough. That was a very good question. And thank you, Dave, for helping her too. I think the key is an excellent idea. I don't do that.
Yeah, I put little pieces of fabric over here on the
That's-
plastic.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't know what I did. Because I was confused.
Nuh-uh.
Just a little.
Honey, we all get confused. Seriously, it's okay.
Uh-huh.
Like
Even I do.
Yep.
fine.
I don't care how long you've been doing it. Courtney would, if she was here, she would even tell you. It gets confusing.
Mhm.
Worst part is, what angle does that fabric go at?
Alrighty. Let me pull the pattern.
I'm gonna put it on
Yeah,
the back.
that's great. This is
And she already gave you a snack, baby.
okay. And this is another thing I wanted to point out. Because our stitch lengths are so small, it perforates the paper. And when you're moving and ironing and putting things together, sometimes you're going to have a problem like this, where your paper is almost about ready to come out. And like we said, and are bringing to everyone's attention, you don't want to remove the paper. So if you see that a piece of paper is starting to come out, you can pin it. But what I would recommend doing is taking your machine and putting it on the highest setting of stitch length and just running a base stitch through this. That's going to just hold everything in place and make sure everything stays flat. So you can see right there, my base stitch, and that paper and the fabric is held in place.
Yep. Tucker, I have a question for you. I just want to double check a color for me. 92E. Do you have graphite?
92, 91, 90.
I don't want to put a wrong color in, and I have it as graphite, but it's not where I thought it would be.
What'd you say? 92E?
Yeah.
Where'd the pattern go? I lost it. Oh, here it is.
Thank you for checking.
E. No, that E, the little flower one, 92E is metal or clay. Because that whole piece is that metal color.
Oh, graphite or clay.
No, for piece 92,
92E.
yeah, 92, technically 92 B, C, D, E, and F are all coal.
Okay,
Oh, never mind. I mean metal. I
make
looked at
up my mind.
Yes, metal. 92, I'll say that again, the correct way without any goofs. 92 B, C, D, E, and F are all metal.
Yeah, that just didn't look right with graphite when I pulled that, and I was like, I wanted to check.
Well, yeah, you were one up from metal.
Yep,
Okay, now need this.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. 85. What's that color? 85.
Susan, you would have it as zinc.
Which section is Susan working on? Or what section are you working on, Susan?
94. E. I gotta use a great big huge piece because this piece that should be big enough not working for me.
It's okay.
I'm gonna use a much bigger piece. It should work.
Brenda Foley said, so smart, Tucker. I'm learning so much from you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate putting these pieces together because they're not perfect 90-degree angles. You have to do a little bit of finagling when you put them together. So right now I'm working with pieces 88 and 89, and I'm going to switch me some cameras.
Thank you.
All right. So here is piece 89, and this is piece 88. When you put your pieces right sides together, they're up here, there isn't a way to line them up straight. If you put the piece 88, the point of that right there at piece 89, and you start to sew, you're going to lose your 1/4 of an inch right there. So if we imagine the solid line going straight up through, our stitching is going to be on piece 89, and that's not what we want, because then in turn we'll lose our 1/4 of an inch and our pieces will be off a 1/4 of an inch. So what we want to do is move our piece up just a little bit to right there. So your upper piece is going to extend over piece 89 just a little bit. But when you put your needle in this intersection right here, that is going to give you that 1/4 of an inch. And when you open this seam up, it's going to be that perfect straight line. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But when I'm doing this, I'm going to put my needle down and I'm butting that paper up against that. And I can see just a little bit of the fabric 89. And right there on piece 88, this black solid line is in line with my needle. So then I'm just going to stitch that. Remember to take your stitch length down if you just basted. Oh, well, actually that'll work because then I can show it. So right there. Hang on, let me get it in the light. Right there. Those stitches right there, where that thread comes off, that is going to give me my 1/4 inch. So when I open this, and it looks like it's going to fall apart, those pieces are going to be flat and straight. And that extra that we did is going to disappear behind it. So let me sew this up, and then you'll really be able to see what I'm talking about.
You're sewing 2 pieces. I was like, I didn't know we had to sew along that edge.
Yeah, we're sewing 2 pieces together. This is once you've done the
Right.
small piecing for all of your blocks. And even down here, if you're somebody who's new to quilting or paper piecing in general, when you get down here and you see this little bit of extra fabric, you're gonna have a panic attack and think, oh my gosh, I jacked it up. But when we sew down through here, since your 1/4 inch, your needle comes in a 1/4 inch, your 88 paper, the way that it's angled creates that overlap. So when your needle hits that fabric right there, your page 88 is in line with that other piece and it comes out looking straight like this.
Looks
Right?
perfect.
And when you do this, you're going to take the paper out of your seams so you can press them open. Right, Donna?
Yep. Yep.
Press them open. I think the pattern recommends you press them open, but I think I've seen some people pressing them to the side, I think. But I would recommend pressing them open, and I know Donna's pressing them open too.
Yep. Question from Teresa Lynch. Can't you use a pin and line the corners up? I do the pin method when I'm lining mine up. And I think
Yep,
it's important
can-
to show the differences.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
The techniques.
especially for
Yeah,
the
camera
big
up.
pieces, when we're piecing the big sections together, I would highly recommend using pins because you're dealing with a lot more fabric and a lot more shifting can occur. So, but for these smaller pieces, I would just, if you're comfortable with just holding things in place, I would do that method. But if you're not comfortable, I would definitely pin.
That makes sense to me. But I'm a pinner, so
Enter.
I'm a pinner. I didn't say center, I said pinner.
I was gonna say something, but I thought I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
You be good.
That's right. All right.
Skippy.
Lisa, Teresa Lynch.
Yeah, we already answered that, babe.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, honey.
Don't sleep, didn't hear that.
You must have been snoozing, my love. My camera guy went to sleep. We're working.
Working him too hard, Donna.
I know, right?
Show Tucker's and replace, repeat the colors on 92, 93, and 94.
Tucker,
Yes.
they would like the colors repeated, please, for 92, 93, and 94, because they are not the same colors that's been used in all of the other pieces.
No. Okay. 92.
I put it as metal.
Okay. Let me flip back here. 92 pieces B, C, D, E, and F are metal. 92, right?
Yeah,
They
they're
asked for 90.
asking for 92, 93, and 94.
Okay, don't ask me where 92 slipped off to. It isn't hanging up, is it?
It very well could be.
I
92
don't
is
know. We'll do
graphite.
90. Okay, wait, 90. 93. 93 pieces B, C, D, E, F, and G are colors coal, COAL. 90. Yeah, really, where did my pieces go? I had them all laid out here until,
And if you're looking at your key code, that is also metal. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
hang on.
Brenda, that is what I was asking also. Let me see. I meant stick a pin in the corner.
Yep, okay, 90, 90, 91, pieces 91 and 93 are the same color, which is cool. They have the same colors for the feet.
Am I-
Pieces 92 and 90 are the same color for the feet, or the body part, I should say. And that is color metal. 94, 95, and 96 are all the same color for the body. And that color is mushroom. Okay, I found my piece.
Tucker,
Yes.
this piece, see how it got that weight all the way down there? I don't have to get my fabric all the way down there, do I?
Yes, you do, because that is in the seam allowance. So imagine that both of those solid black lines continue at the angles that they are. Those pieces will be put into the seam allowance. And in turn, how your blocks will be held together.
Okay.
Did you hear?
I know.
Okay.
Hey, at least I asked instead of just leaving it.
Exactly. Tonight's the night to ask all the questions that you would like.
Yep. Absolute.
Now that metal is gonna have mine all jacked up because all of my other colors were different. So I'm gonna have one guy with a funny looking toe.
That's all right, because some of
yours-
them, like here.
I would like
Oh.
to see your toes, please. The elephant.
Okay, well, thank goodness the camera wasn't switched yet, because I was in a weird position showing you my toes.
There they are.
So this is that. Wow.
Words are hard.
This is section 86 through 89. So some of your toes are going to be different colors, especially these right here, 88 and 89. These are two different colors of gray, and that's how the pattern is.
All right. I'll give you that one.
Because some of the feet, or the toes, I should say, are for the back legs, and some of them are for the front legs.
Okay.
So in turn, different colors.
Computer died. Good night. Good night, Day. Thanks for hopping in, hon.
Waiting for Tucker to quit talking. I was gonna say that to you. Happy.
Front feet versus back feet. Yep.
No, not big yet.
Piece 90. Okay, here's a good one. I'll show Susan. Was the piece you're working on 90, Susan?
Good night, Janine.
No, 94.
Oh,
This one.
okay. So 90's the mirror image of that. So let me line this up and I'll show you how that extra bit of fabric comes into play.
Yeah. Can you switch my camera down?
Yeah.
You
So
see,
online?
it's done.
Yep. So when you go to put them together, you're gonna obviously make sure that your little extra bit of fabric is sticking up there so that your 1/4 of an inch catches. And you're gonna sew that down through. Let me just buzz this through. But that extra down here, it's going to stick out a little bit. And that's so that when you're sewing down through here, your needle is going to end up right here, right in between the paper and this piece of fabric. And this is going to make sure that your 1/4 of an inch catches.
Okay.
So right there.
Alrighty.
All right. What I like to do is trim that little bit off since it's not needed anymore. And it just eliminates that bulk. And I gotta peel these papers out.
Oh, so there's another little tiny one like that one.
Yeah, 94 and 90 are ones that have a lot of extra on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right, I see it.
Yep.
Does it look like one of the best toes? I've got broken toes, really pretty shades of dark purple. Okay. Does it look like one of my toes? Paul, are you working the pattern?
What'd you say?
I asked Paula if she's working the pattern.
Oh,
Did I remember someone said it's best to not starch fabric before starting FPP? I don't know. I've always starched mine. I just think it makes it lay flatter, but everybody do your own thing.
I know I would recommend it, especially with FPP. You're doing a lot of awkward angles. And when you cut those awkward angles, in turn, you're creating a bias edge. And the starch just helps to stiffen up your fabric so that that bias doesn't stretch as much. And I find you get, like Donna said, a flatter result. And less fullness.
Ouch.
Susan, how's it going, babe?
She's crying.
Is she?
choking. That
She
made me-
white?
No, you didn't bring me to tears yet.
Were you choking and we couldn't help you?
Yeah, I choked on my drink.
I'm sorry, baby. No, I'm just watching. I haven't been brave enough to try the FPP, but I like to watch and learn. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were able to help you if you needed it, honey.
Night, Jane.
It's Louise says she starts it.
I
Janine's
start.
going to bed.
Do I?
Janine's going to bed.
Yeah, I told her good night a little while ago.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. Must have been choking.
Okay. Must have been when you were choking.
Mm.
Tucker, do you clip as you're working yours?
Huh?
Do you pin or just clip or you just hold it in place?
Yeah, on the bigger sections, for next week, I'll give an example. This section right, let's see, wait a minute. Right here,
Mhm.
angle right here. This is a really big piece. This isn't a Y seam. There's a smaller section that goes through here. But this is about a 20, almost 30-inch seam. And without pinning those ends, you get a lot of shifting and it just creates too much trouble. So it depends on the size of the piece, really, for me.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm just too eager and, get ahead of myself.
No.
Never.
Joe, can you drop the camera? I want to show you something.
I'm gonna hurry it, but drop it. Go ahead.
All right. Now Tucker showed you how he does his. I do the pin in the corner method and then I clip because I want mine to stay in place. So I just, where your little line is here, where your corners are, I make sure that my fabric and my piece is together and I just hook it because I do not want mine to slip out. And then I, like right here, like Tucker said, you drop the needle in it. So I'll get it over to the machine and I'll drop that needle just to make sure I'm in that corner when I'm lining this up. And then you just hold it snug and go slow. As long as you're going slow, you should have no problems.
Oh. Guess I ought to go in order. Paper.
And when I'm doing my seams, I should have back tacked that right there because that's going to be one of those points where there's going to be some pressure to it. And right now is where I will take the time to go ahead and pull this out. So I don't have the bulk. Brenda Foley says, drop it like a hot Joe. Drop it like it's hot. Julie Quilts at Tucker, someone asked, what colors in pattern are metal and what is coal? Not the same as their list. It has to be one or the other on the list.
Because the pattern gives, oh, that's public knowledge. Okay, the pattern gives two different types of fabric here. If you chose to purchase the exact colors that are used, you either chose from Robert Kaufman Kona Cotton Solids or Michael Miller Cotton Fabric. If you decided to use your own fabric, you should have just cut off a little piece and taped them or glued them to the side of which ones they correlate with. So, but which ones are metal and fog or metal and coal? The ones that,
Good night, Teresa. Thank you for joining, honey.
the ones, the pieces that are metal are as follows. Section 88, 80, yeah, I said 88, 90, okay, that's it for that. Metal only has Okay, 88, 90, and 92. Those are the sections that use metal. For coal, we have 89, 91, 93, and that's it. For the sections that use mushroom, we have 86, 94, 95, and 96. So there's 3 different colors being used for the feet. If that makes sense.
Well, I'm only gonna have one colored foot. Just saying.
Your feet are gonna be all one color.
No, I've got one that's gonna be really pretty in that color wave that you told me. And then the rest of them's gonna be in mushroom. Yeah, I know, right?
Huh.
I think it just stepped in a coin pile. Because that's the only one I caught. I may end up going back and fixing it.
Mhm. So you sewed all of the pieces with the one color.
Yep. But it didn't look right on the pattern. That's why I was asking. And it's okay to be different. There's no shame. I'm not going to shame this little elephant. It's not his fault. He's got different colored feet.
At least he doesn't have a broken trunk.
Not now. He broke his trunk. Oh my goodness, that was a disaster. He was so deformed. This little fella's been having a fit.
The only one that messed up on my trunk.
Do what, babe?
Not the only one that messed up on my trunk.
I can assure you there's many others.
Yeah.
It was just that one line. You planned it that way, Julie. Yes, absolutely. What class is this, or is it a class?
Oh, what did you do?
Now, see, Tucker jacked his up.
What I do now?
Well, I don't know.
I didn't do nothing.
Did you just say, what did I do now?
Oh, no, that was me.
Oh, I want to thank you for my gift, a wall hanging kit from Open Gates. I got it last week when I got home from Tucson. S. Taylor, you are welcome, sweetheart.
No, there's no such thing as Jack in here tonight. My seam ripper is over at my long arm and it's gonna stay there. I probably just jinxed myself, but
I'm not going to say a word.
uh-huh.
I saw that paper tape back there, my friends.
Right here with
Jack has been in your house.
Mm.
So, Becca, hello, hello. Oh, she goes, hi, girls, and Tucker.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Becca.
I just love her.
Hey, at least she acknowledged that you wasn't a girl, Tucker.
Uh-huh. But I can picture how Becca said it. She was like, hi, girls, and Tucker.
That's why I said it the way she said it. But that's his other bonus, mama. So she can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We need to get Becca involved in doing these fun projects with us. She would love it.
I think Becca already clicked off the video when she heard you say that.
No, she went, LOL.
And
Like, no.
then she'd be texting you saying, please stop.
How did you know that's what she just texted? She goes,
Uh-huh.
love you, Tucker.
I know.
He's the neighborhood sweetheart. We all do.
Okay. 2 more seams and then I am done.
All right, Marina, do you have a date with Jack?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to owe everybody a little jacks when they're finished their project. I'll be saying, okay, how many times did you have to use it? How dull is it?
Not know we had to keep track.
You don't, honey.
I think I'm just
Uh,
gonna cut this sucker off.
It's listed on my, she's waiting on the dolphin FPP. We will get that, I'm telling you. Not listed as coal or metal, Donna. Let me see.
Been a few times I've thought about starting the piece over again.
That happens. Okay, Donna, let me see. The listing on my pattern, do not list coal or metal.
Mine either.
Which ones?
It
do you-
has to, because it's right here.
It'll be,
I'm trying to pull my fabric back.
what does yours have listed, Susan?
Mine says charcoal and charcoal. For the, was that the circles?
Okay, Donna, let me do this. Take your pattern
Charcoal
from
and
the,
charcoal.
Donna, from the top of your pattern, we're gonna get down the whole list. And we're gonna use the Robert Kaufman side. Tell me if one of these are not your color and it'll make it easier. The first one is snow. The second one is bone. Then there's pewter, mushroom, fog, shiitake, zinc, graphite, grizzly, charcoal, chalkboard, and curry.
Yes.
That's the order that mine's done in. Someone get Violet Craft to make me one. The email has been sent. She has charcoal.
Okay, I think I know what's going on because Donna has a different list than I do. I think it's because Robert Kaufman Designs, sometimes they go through and update the names of their fabrics. And I know I got my pattern directly off of her website just like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Actually, this is copyrighted in 2016. So maybe some of us have more updated patterns with updated fabric names than others.
Mine's
If you know what I mean.
2016 also, Tucker.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's 16 as well.
Yeah,
And
see, I have snow, bone, titanium, mushroom, fog, shiitake, graphite, metal, coal, Gotham gray, Windsor, and curry.
See, that's. So we'll know next time we're gonna have to all like round robin and say, okay, what's your colors? So when we're talking about them,
Mhm.
and that's a good lesson we've just learned.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have a funny footed fella. Now say that fast. That makes sense, Tucker. That's the same as Julie's.
Mhm.
My two, check the published date, maybe some changes were made, Shelley Clark said.
Mhm.
That's.
Yep.
I'm sure they make changes all the time with the new fabric lines coming out or whatever.
Yep.
Printed pattern is different than the FPP.
Oh, I just gotta trim this.
So mine's the printed version. Susan, what's yours?
Becca said she sees you. Watch.
My swanky, not wanky.
Oh, swanky.
I got it, girl. You got to be able to see this baby a mile away. I can check everything on my body with this watch. I'm telling you, you did good picking it back.
What do you mean printed version?
Okay, ours is the pattern that we bought. Tucker did the PDF.
Oh, I
Download.
bought mine.
Yeah, well, he bought his too, but I meant like ours came different.
Did
Yeah.
yours come in the mail?
I bought the paper pack.
God love you. Tucker dibs. Becca's calling dibs.
On what?
So what's the color of your medal? I don't know what she's giving you on, but that's her famous saying because her siblings do it to her. Debs.
Oh, she wants it. That's what it is.
I know.
Did Becca get you an Apple Watch or make you buy one?
No, I needed one. So I reached out to her and asked her for guidance because I had no clue what I needed. And I knew what I needed medically that was going to help make my life just a smidge simpler. So
Yep.
she walked me through everything. And for that, I'm thankful.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
knew
I
I
love-
needed my oxygen levels checked more regular and I needed my EKGs done and things like that. So I didn't have to run to the doctor constantly.
Yep.
So that's how that happened. No, she didn't buy me an Apple Watch, you fool.
I didn't mean that. It came out.
Yeah, she's kind of like my buddy, but come on, we're not that close. She's going to drop a wad on me. It's not my birthday. It could be, though, if she wants to give me a watch. Hey, Becca, hint, hint, watch.
Alrighty.
That
I am
was
done.
funny. That was funny. She's your go-to of technology.
Yep.
Oh, get out of my way.
Alrighty. Let me pin this up. Well, let me show it first.
So that's why our colors are so different.
Feet.
My feet won't look like that. Mine's going to be all different colors, and I painted my toenails.
Did you paint your toenails?
I will be with thread. I'm going to do threading.
You're gonna thread paint.
Yep.
I'm gonna hang it this way. So we can...
When your machine.
On mine? Okay.
It's going to be one of my requirements when you quilt it. Jay's like, why did we buy a long arm if Tucker's going to quilt everything? He's not complaining. Elephant pedicure. Yes. Do what, babe?
I said, you make the elephant, you quilt.
Oh, now he's laying the law down. I make the elephant. I quilt the elephant. The boss has spoken. The hammer has been dropped. So
Well,
where
hey,
do I
when you-
drop it off at?
when you come to visit, just slip it in your suitcase.
Yeah, we'll knock this baby out in a couple hours.
I'll quilt some, you quilt some.
Yeah, we can do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I need that glow in the dark thread for this, seriously.
The neon.
Oh, I think that'd be pretty in it, don't you?
Well, there's neon thread, which glows under black light, and then there's stuff called night light thread, which charges during the day, and it actually glows in the dark at night without a black light.
Now, how stinking cool is that going to be?
Look good on it.
Yeah, Joe said you can do his tusk that way too, so they'll glow in the dark. I'll put this over our bed. Wow, in my beach themed bedroom. That'll really. He's just walking through.
With the moon on it.
Something on it.
Pedicure. Becca said,
With the cheese grater.
yep.
Okay, let's see. Wants to know what color your metal is closest to. On the pattern,
Thank you,
metal
Jesus.
is in between on the pattern on the key. Metal is in between graphite and coal. But on these feet, wait a minute. What was the question? I forgot already. Metal.
When we say squirrel, we meant it.
Okay, metal is these sections right here. So where my thumb is, where my pointer finger is, and where my pinky is. Can you tell I play piano how my hands stretch? These are the sections right here. The sections that use coal are the thumb, pointer finger, and the, what finger is that? Pinky finger. So there's 3 pieces of coal, 3 pieces of metal, and there's 6 pieces of mushroom. Ooh, that was a lot.
Yes, Patty G, your numbers are the same as mine. Your color chart is the same. So the one that I read off yours is correct.
But if the color chart is a little different, what should be the same is the key in the middle. So your fabric should be correlating with that key. They might not be the same name, but the key should be the same.
Right. It's still going to be the same picture.
Yeah. Yep. Absolute.
What's funny is when you hear a news anchor say that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh.
And they knew better.
Uh-huh.
I'm not tired. Maybe I'll get up and sew some more. Why don't you come on and sew with us? Beck, I'll send you the link. The door is always open.
She's gonna do like I did last night. I couldn't sleep last night, so I sewed a whole quilt top.
What do you do when you can't sleep? It's either clean the cabinets or you sew.
Uh-huh.
Well, guess who wins here?
That's right. That's right. Mm-mm.
Tucker,
No,
do you want to send her the link?
Yeah. Drop her the link. Copy link. Becca. It is on the way.
Hey, when she does that Zoom, you're in for it, right? We'll be awake for 36 hours sewing. It's a marathon. Let's do it. She's going to go to bed and just leave it open, but we can show everybody how we can sew all night, all day, and all night. What do you want to do?
Well,
We could
I
do a
might
whole quilt.
we can do multiple quilts.
36 hours, we ought to be able to knock out something.
Yeah.
She'll wake up and be like, what happened? How did
Yeah.
you do that? We need to invade her sewing room though for this.
Uh-huh.
How cool would that be? She would, if she woke up to us in there, busy little bees, zip, 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 zip.
Uh-huh. Keeping everyone entertained.
Absolute. That would be, I don't think I'm joining Zoom tonight, but thank you. Well, ta-da. Well, we know how you roll. Now we've got a complex,
Mhm.
but we understand sleep comes first.
Oh, what's that? It's overrated.
I know, right? But we do got to do that open Zoom that she's going to do. That's going to be a blast. If anybody hasn't already joined Becca's VIP program, she's got so much goodness over there. You don't want to miss it.
Mhm.
She,
And now it's through her website, not YouTube anymore.
yep. So got to check it out. She's got great things happening. She's got pattern drops. She's got sew-alongs, and they're private. And then she's got this fabulous Zoom that's coming in March. And I'm jonesing for that one. I want to see if we can really stay awake for 36 hours and just impress her. How cool would that be? I haven't convinced myself to get out of bed. It's okay. We know where we stand, and it's okay. Our feelings are not hurt. We're just not good enough.
Mhm.
We're going to cry here in like 2 seconds.
Get the water bottle, Donna.
I can't. I've already sent her that video.
Oh, doggone.
That would have been epic. If I wouldn't have, I'd have sent it to her. I'd have stepped off camera and she would have thought, what? I really made her cry.
Oh my gosh.
That was funny. Teresa Louise got a kick out of it. She goes, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Oh my gosh.
We do have a good time together, all of us.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
And my God, I'm taking the day off before to sleep. LOL. We may end up at your house for that. If you got room, we can, all you gotta do is load us up with coffee. Coffee and chocolate. We'll be going.
That's right. Yep. Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, I got one jacked up foot, but I'm leaving it. I think it's gonna look hysterical. And I'm loving it already.
You could call your quilt the circus elephant.
No, you jerk.
Could have left the broken nose in there and
He broke his nose. Now quit. You don't body shame. You know, we're all different. This one's gonna be named Sylvester. You be nice to my critters. You've got my koalas down there. You jacking them up too? Making fun of them? And you're vicious tonight.
oh my
Becca
gosh.
says, come on down. I'm getting there. Glad your hubby is home safe.
But I'm just so
Oh,
rude.
I missed another.
I know,
piece. You've
now
got
she-
to be kidding me.
What's wrong, babe?
Oh, nothing. I just missed another whole piece.
It's
A
okay.
whole
that
corner.
happens. It happens. Trust me. We've all had that happen. Poor little Jumbo. I know. Do not send your elephant to Tucker. He will body shame it.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Feed into the fury.
You know, I got to. Katie, yeah, we talked about that very thing. Body shaming an elephant. Where do we come up with this stuff?
I don't know. I have no clue.
It was quite funny on my end.
It was.
Okay, we got to get Becca to get us on the book. She's gonna have to sleep at some point.
Mhm.
You know, she can't hang with us.
Oh my.
I wonder if I can petition Volleycraft for a dolphin. Probably. You've got pull with everybody. You are amazing. You can do it.
Let's see what I did.
Brenda, no, don't cut on solid outside dotted line to cut. Okay, we missed something, Tucker.
Hmm.
Brenda's asking a question and it went by too quick.
Brenda Foley.
I don't know which Brenda. You have to slip back up through and see something about cutting.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Brenda. So when cutting our copied pieces out, do we cut on the line or cut bigger on the outside line? Okay. Here's a piece that I need to sew yet. So, why is this video playing?
Hello,
Okay.
Eric, and welcome, sweetheart.
So, when you're, oh, my face is tensing up. When you, all this laughing Donna has me doing. I'm gonna hold my face like this. So when you're working on your pieces and piecing your blocks together, you're gonna want to cut out your pieces a little bit oversized. But once you have all of your pieces done on this block, you're gonna want to cut on the dotted line. This solid line here is where your stitching is going to be. So this dotted line here is where you're going to want to cut, and the space in between is your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Simple.
That was easy enough.
So oversized, make sure it's oversized before you start. Once you're done piecing, then trim it up on the dotted line. And then piece it together and sew on the solid line. I'm gonna sit here and massage my face. Thanks, Donna.
I just can't. I cannot put this together. I have to redo this one piece. It's just gonna bug me. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Can you tell?
Oh, you're already sewing yours.
Hang on. Trying to see.
I wanted them to be all the same color, and then you jacked me up with this one. But I think I really do like that.
See, but the reason that they have you doing different colors is because some of the, like here, this is my colored pattern. These
Right.
front legs are the darker, and then the back legs are the lighter.
Right, and I get that.
Yeah.
You got me jacked up. 2 more to go to 6K. No way.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's
Teresa Louise is checking.
for it,
For all those hanging in with us tonight for this, we're a little bit over time.
20 to go. 20.
Joe's saying 20. Teresa Louise is saying 2.
Hang on. Let me check our best friend. Hang on.
20.
We may not get there this day, but we've tried.
No, I don't want that.
I think I might just leave it like that.
Oh, here we go. You're at, oh, that's not right. Hang on. Oh. Yep, 20 more.
It's okay when the time is right.
When the time is right. All good things take time.
Yep, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But thank you, Teresa Louise. I'm working it, baby. I'm trying.
She's thinking. 9.
All right, so I'm just going to say a little bit about this section that is going to be worked on next week. Obviously, we can see here we start to work on one of the, what's this called, a tusk or a horn or tusk. There we go. You're going to work on some of the tusks, and you're going to start to work on a small, tiny section of the ears, but you're mainly going to focus on its rear end.
So we're gonna work on the hiney.
Pretty much. I will say that this section here took me about like 4 hours to put together. So this is something that you're going to take your time with, and you're not going to get done in the 10 to 12 time slot. So it's okay to be a little bit behind, because it does take a little longer because it is a bigger section. You are working with bigger pieces, and bigger pieces. Yeah, I would recommend pressing each piece when you're working with it, just so that you get all extra fabric out of that seam.
And that's the Y seam.
This this section here is not the Y seam. Hang on, I gotta
I
think.
knew you pointed it out, but I was busy
Yeah.
and
No.
did not pay attention.
2 weeks from now is when we will be completing the section with the Y seam.
Okay.
Got to get all this stuff picked up off the floor. My Roomba is not going to be
Huh.
too happy with me.
Let me see. Eric says, oops, he can complain. I don't think he could complain about anything. Such a sweetheart. Katie, Becca, let me see. They're chatting. I don't know. I wish I'd have did it every other one like that. I might go back and do that every other one like that. I kind of like it. But we'll
Yeah.
see.
Mhm.
Joe's going, you know, you're going to change it.
Joe knows you. We all do.
Yeah, I am just not even going to finish because I'm going to rip it apart. Hey, you leave this alone, Mr. Struntz. You're not funny. I do like to play Jenga.
Yeah, the violet craft patterns, especially, it's amazing to see how they come together. Because putting the pieces together, you would think, oh my gosh, these are not going to match up at all. But holy moly, do they ever?
And they like 94, when you're putting it in, you're like, what was she thinking when she put this in?
Yep.
Oh, 94.
It really does come out good.
I already do number 94.
Yeah, you already did it, Susan. I heard we talked about 94.
Yeah, we were talking through it, so you do have that complete.
Was looking for it.
Now that I can't tell you where you put it, but I can tell you did it.
It's the one with the extra point at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
Yep.
Hold on. I was looking.
How's it coming, Mona?
Oh, good. I'm just fudging.
Mhm.
Making my own little pattern on this last little piece. Maybe.
Clean up, clean up.
Not yet. We're still
We're gonna
playing.
I'm gonna sing the cleanup song.
That's like the crisscross applesauce hands in your lap.
Like we're in preschool again.
Yep, yep.
Let's see.
I've lost my add a quarter. Oh, no, I didn't. I found it. Under my pattern pieces. Yeah, because this big long one, it got the special side on it for the
Mhm.
fold the pattern pieces.
And it works perfect, doesn't it?
Yep, sure do. Sure do.
Yep. Yep. Oh, I guess I really didn't say what kind of background I was using.
No, you didn't.
All right.
Like to know.
Right. So this is Moda Grunge. And in the fabric store, it looked a lot redder than it actually is. And the reason I picked it in the fabric store is because it was a red grunge. But when we got out in the natural light, it's actually like an orangey color with a little bit of red in it. But this is Moda Grunge fabric that I'm using for the background. And as you can see, it really makes the elephant pop. If I had a color wheel, or if I knew where it was, some of the undertones that are used in this quilt, if you're using the Kona or the Michael Miller fabrics, they have a lot of blue undertones. And I'm trying to think, is blue's opposite from orange on the color wheel, I think.
Yep.
So opposite colors stand out a lot from one another. And I really wanted my elephant to pop off of the background. So that's why I chose this bright color.
It,
Kinda is.
Susan. Nancy wants to know how long your add a quarter ruler is.
This long,
She's got the 12-inch.
12 inch.
Words are hard tonight. It's after midnight.
You see the color wheel, Tucker?
Yeah. So the green, blah, blah. Okay. It's across from the blue. I thought I remembered that right.
Figured I'd just help you out there.
Yeah, I don't know where my color wheel went.
Mine's hanging over there.
It's probably buried in that mess of yarn over there. Because I got some more yarn in to try some couching.
Cool.
So
My guy's got a broken foot.
It's okay. That didn't look bad.
You're okay where you're at, you're on there. I gotta take her
I
down.
had to add an extra
bad.
piece.
What piece is that?
89.
Yeah, that one's crazy. Got all them little pieces on the corners. Craziness.
Yeah, mine doesn't have much paper left. And then I got mad and just added my own little piece in there.
All you need to do is improvise.
I've got all different kinds of pieces. I'm gonna come in a new color here, I think.
oh,
That little leafy things. Oh, here, yeah, I got a new color coming in.
Yeah. Woohoo.
what color is that?
Gray or grizzly?
Katie Olson Tucker, how did you get involved with sewing and crocheting? Give us a little back history on you while I'm working. Fill them in.
Spill the tea.
Yeah.
When I was younger, about 5, my great grandmother used to come over and babysit me and my brother during the summer or when we were off for school. And she was a seamstress. She worked in the sewing factory and things like that. And she was a crafter and sewer and knitter and crocheter, things like that. So she would bring over squares and sew them together for her cathedral window quilt. And nosy old me wanted to know what she was doing. So the next day she brought over some patches of fabric and some cardboard templates. And we sat there on the floor and cut these squares out. And then the next day we went to her house and she showed me how to sew them together. It sort of went off from there. I got a little more interested into it. Then Mom sort of got into it, but after so long, we sort of just faded out of it. I really started getting back into sewing when I went to homeschooling in 7th grade. And when I was done with my schoolwork by 10 o'clock in the morning, I needed something to do other than sitting there looking at a computer screen. So I dug the sewing machine back out and went from there. And then I ended up here somehow in the blink of an eye.
Fast pace. Hello,
Uh-huh.
Shelley, and welcome, sweetheart. I hope you're feeling better.
Mhm. I
She's
keep on-
telling us all hi.
Mhm. Hello, Shelley. You're soon gonna get slap happy, Tucker, in a minute.
No,
Uh-huh.
just a little. So, Mona, what are you on now? Are you done for the night?
Who are you talking to?
I asked Mona and she's just staring.
Oh,
I'm just like, okay.
I thought you were talking to Susan. I'm sitting over here eating a brownie. I forgot we were alive.
It's okay. Katie Tucker, do you have friends your own age who have the same interest?
No, everyone, all of my friends, not at all. The one of my friends, I tried to get her to work for me, and that didn't even last 5 minutes. But it's what I do seems to be very unique in what I do and the level that I take what I do. But all my friends support what I do, but they're doing their own teenager things.
All right, there you go.
I like
those
the
look
background.
nice.
Poor thing's got a sore toe.
I know, right? Isn't it stinking cute?
Yes.
Mhm.
And it's almost dead center. So it
Mhm.
looks like it was meant to be.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna take dibs on how long that lasts.
Uh-huh. I bet you by Sunday it'll be ripped out.
Oh, it can't be. I'm out of town till Sunday.
Oh, okay. Tuesday. Well, maybe Wednesday because you have another project on Monday.
I've got a lot of projects.
But you don't sleep either.
No, I don't. I figure I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Mhm. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Do what, babe? I should have pinned it better, he said. There.
Mhm.
So I've got a trunk and a jacked up toe, and next week we're gonna work on the hind quarter. I do like that though.
Mhm.
I really do.
Yeah. It'll be different.
No, this is gonna get changed. I'm just saying. But no,
Oh,
I'm just saying it really does look good. I like it.
yeah.
It might get changed tonight.
I like it with the little extra color in there.
It's almost centered.
Mm.
I'll make up my mind before we piece it all together.
See, you have more patience than I would.
What?
I would scream.
I'm like teetering. I don't have
Uh.
chest palpitations yet, but we'll see.
Well, you have a new Apple Watch that'll detect that for you.
Oh my gosh, did I tell you what happened today before we get offline?
What?
We're having new lines put in out front, the gas and whatnot. And my watch started going beep 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 beep. I was like looking at it, and here it said loud noises detected.
Huh?
Go to safe zone. Because it could damage your ears.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? I just thought it was cool. So
Uh-huh.
we come upstairs and was going to try to record because up here it's kind of like quieter. We
Uh-huh.
did one video and Joe listened to it, and you could hear the jackhammers out front going. I was like, well, that's not going to happen today.
Uh-uh.
He said, I can do a lot of filtering, but that's not one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody done for the night?
I am.
Susan, you done?
Guess who Nancy said next week, the jacked up hiney.
The nose has been broke. The toe is discolored. And somehow or another, I must have been really bored or something. I ended up with 294s. So if anybody's short of 94, let me know and I'll mail it. All right, guys. It's been fun. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'll be away for the weekend. And you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you back again real soon. Good night, all.
See everyone.
Bye.